Virgo, August the 23rd through September the 22nd. Your ancient origins are from Greek mythology. You also have mythic lineage from the Babylonian roots. Um, Virgo is linked to Astrea, the celestial virgin who fled Earth during the decline of the Golden Age. Her departure marked the loss of divine purity among humans. The furrow, Virgo, was associated with the goddess Shala and symbolized the harvest. Spica, the brightest star in Virgo, means ear of grain. You are an earth element, grounded, practical, and deeply connected to cycles of nature. You are a mutable sign, meaning that you're adaptable and transitional. Also, it signals the shift from summer to autumn. Your ruling planet is Mercury, showing signs of intellect, discernment, and precision. And your core traits are analytical, meticulous, service oriented, and quietly powerful. Virgo embodies sacred order, refinement, and the wisdom of quiet observation. It is September the 4th of 2025. Welcome, Virgo. This is Steampunk Psyche. Um, we are in the ending of the waxing gibbous moon, which is about 3 days away from a complete full moon. So hopefully this is a kind of that bulging eye, the third eye opening up completely. So maybe we'll have a great read and we will see what you are manifesting. So we'll get into the game here. Let me shuffle up and see what Virgo is going to do here. What's taking place in the world of Virgo? Actually, I love you, Virgo, but I am so ready for the summer to transition into autumn. It has been a very hot summer. We started off with a whole lot of rain where I'm at, and everybody was saying, gosh, stop the rain. And then it just dried up and got super hot, and that's usually the way it is. All right, so we have the Devil in reverse. We have the Eight of Swords in reverse, the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, and the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Wow, okay. So the Devil card right off the bat tells me that this dominant energy is you are absolutely letting go of something and you are leaps and bounds of rest recovery. That is good. What are we recovering from? You've got the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, which could be showing that maybe a missed opportunity of something. You might be thinking because it's followed by this Nine of Pentacles. Um, let's get a little bit about this Devil in reversed here, just so I can show you. It's letting go. Let's go. Yeah, freedom, release, breaking the chains, overcoming addiction, clarity, self-empowerment. Yeah. What are we breaking away from here? And the Eight of Swords is kind of the same scenario here. Let's look at the Eight of Swords. Liberation, clarity, perspective, self-empowerment, and breaking free. I mean, you have two wonderful cards, masculine and, and in the feminine position there. And I'm seeing that Ace of Pentacles reversed. Let's look at the Ace of Pentacles in reverse real quick. Missed opportunities, financial loss, instability, delay, scarcity. Okay. And then you're followed up by the Nine of Pentacles also. in the reverse position. So self-worth, overinvestment, hustling, financial strain. So I'm gonna keep rocking. I need to know more about this. So you're having some financial situation, huh? I mean, we all have those. We know it's sucks to be in those positions, but it looks like you're maybe making a decision about your finances because it's in the fourth position talking about where you're grounding, what you're, yeah. Wow, this is looking great here. This may be pretty specific to a few people. Hopefully, it's to the whole collective of Virgo, but some romance coming in, you know. The Page of Wands is symbolic of this adventurous spirit. He's also kind of that youthful, romantic kind as well. Fire signs, um, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, maybe. I mean, I hate to judge that right off the bat, because some people might be like, "Oh man, that's not for me." But we have the Three of Swords also in the reverse position, so we're talking about, you know, healing your heart, and we're seeing this in the very first, dominating. Somebody is doing they've broken free from something, um, and moving into a better financial situation, perhaps. I don't know. Let's keep going. Page of Wands has that adventurous spirit, so he's, maybe you're kind of like going back into the dating field again, or, that they're, okay, we have the Queen of Cups in reverse position. Maybe you're just kind of questioning it. The Queen of Cups represents that kind of, the mysterious, what the unknown, perhaps. So, um, and then Ten of Cups, yeah, just kind of signifies maybe that you're maybe a little sad, a little upset that, um, I don't know. I don't want to say it like this, but maybe looking for love in all the wrong places. You know, I kind of there for just a second got a thought like, I feel like I need to find somebody to help me, a lover of a kind or something like that might help me solve this issue, and we're going to address that. I mean, it's not a terrible thought to have. Don't get me wrong. But let's look, with the Queen of Cups in the reverse position. Emotional instability, yeah. I mean, so you're a little overwhelmed because of your finances. Um, and it's causing an oversensitivity. I mean, I'm seeing that right off the bat there, which is not it's not terrible. I mean, it's understood, right? But we're not going to solve your love life or your finances, um, by combining, you know, why we're looking for love in the wrong places here. So let's keep going and see what this is, a transition here. So the third turn is representative maybe of what you might be manifesting. And it could be from these thoughts. It could be futuristic. Page of Swords. That's good. So some communication. Page of Swords is also an adventurous spirit. Um, the Seven of the Swords is also kind of this letting go type of injustice. Wow, something's coming into play for you. You are manifesting something really good. Perhaps it is this happy, harmonious relationship. We got the Three of Cups. Wow, what you know what? This is so beautiful. I mean, I don't even know where to go with this, but I'm hoping this is finances, love, the whole nine. Yeah, with the Page of Swords, um, definitely something coming in, some communication, super action coming in. I'd like to have seen the Nine of Wands right here, but the Page of Swords also represents that, um, air sign. Um, could be talking about what, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius here. And then the Seven of Swords, in the reverse position. Let's look at that. Yeah. Confession, accountability, consequences, truth, exposure. Yeah, something's coming to light. Integrity, revelation. Yeah, well, we talked about at the beginning right there that, maybe this maybe this waxing gibbous moon is going to, give us some kind of give you some kind of epiphany about something, which is good because it's followed by you're manifesting justice. Yeah, it looks like your ship's coming in. Justice is what it is, some balance. You got some balance coming in, and we're going to assume that you're manifesting this Ace of Pentacles, which is an offering coming in of some kind. Could be also financial and love, or it looks like it could be relationship wise because the Page of Wands shows up in the dominant, area right here. So this is looking good, and followed by the Three of Cups. It's a union. So, you know, I'm going to say here pretty quick, something is really rolling in for you. Sisterhood. You could be, you know, joining with a group or a community of some kind. We did have the Ten of Cups upside down, so maybe you're also, really kind of wishful thinking on this side. Um, yeah, the Five of Pentacles in the reverse position also is a really good card. Let's look at that. Recovery, hope, improvement. So awesome, right? Financial relief. There we go. And that's in the dominant position there. So um wow, that's really good. Bless the waxing moon, right? Waxing gibbous moon. So the Empress. So you're kind of a little upside down about it. Um, Followed by the Judgment. Let's see why that Empress is in there in the reversed position. Okay, and then we followed up with the Five of Cups reversed, and then the Chariot. You're having some really good major arcana there. That's good. Yes. So the Empress in reverse. Um, Maybe a little bit of dependence, blocked creativity, overwhelmed. I'd like to think that you're overwhelmed by all the blessings coming in. Maybe this is just like so happy, it's just overwhelming. Maybe you feel like you're, not worthy of, blessings like this, but it's followed up by judgment. And judgment is, hey, rise up, take control of this scenario. This is a blessing coming in. Um, yeah, the Judgment card, and that is what you're manifesting. And you just seen all these manifested over here in the third position as well, justice and judgment. So that's really good. Yeah, let's take a look at. Still a little half asleep. My eyes don't want to focus right. Oop, I don't want that. We want judgment and upright, Jay. Reflection, reckoning, awakening, and a renewal. I'd like to see that. Yeah, then you're followed up by the Five of Cups in the reversed position. The Five of Cups normally in the upright is talking about, kind of like you're focused on the losses and, you've just kicked it over going, hey, it's kind of bleak and gray, but we're in the reversed position. So let's look at that. Acceptance, healing, forgiveness, perspective, moving forward, renewal. This is wonderful. I mean, it really is. This is wonderful. There's like all these beautiful cards showing for you. What are we manifesting here? The chariot symbolizes willpower. I mean, the ultimate willpower. This majestic cart that he's got going on right here. You notice there are no reins. He doesn't have to use a whip. He doesn't have to force anything. This is all pure will. So, and it's in the dominant position. So we were so correct with the, little bit of information we shared about the Virgo. But I want to know what you're manifesting. What's coming, right? It's definitely tied to finances. You're manifesting that and possibly relationship because in the end here, this kind of that's what you're upset about is this. You maybe you've got the money and now you're just looking for love. I mean, or situational ship coming in, but it is followed definitely in the relationship side with the Three of Cups down here. Um, so the Four of Wands in the reverse position. Let's keep going here. And the Ace of Swords, maybe it's just, maybe you got your sights set on this union taking place, but there's been kind of like a lack of, communication going on between this situation, whatever it is, whether it's financial or partnership. And then the King of Pentacles. Yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and look at this. Got the Four of Wands in reverse position. So there's a little instability, maybe a lack of support. I'm not really getting conflict. I just feel like maybe just this uncertainty. That's what I'm seeing. You can read for yourself there. But I feel like maybe there's a little bit of element of, instability because we saw it in the first, but just maybe I think more relational wise, because it looks like I said, maybe your financial situation is kind of taking a turn for the best, for great, but yet you're still hanging on to kind of this hopeful shared victory with someone, perhaps, that is kind of taking its sweet time. And that's okay. You kind of want it to, really. I mean, you don't want to force anything, but we'll take a look at the Two of Wands reversed as well. So we have the Four of Pentacles and the Hanged Man in reverse. Yeah, it's not terrible. It's just like, you're just kind of unsure right now. And with the Justice card, kind of feel like you'd like to know this answer and judgment on this situation, whether or not to stay with this thought. Let me get one more to see what this is grounded in. Kind of been hanging on to this thought. Yeah, there it is, the King of Cups, as to whether or not to move forward to this relationship. And it's got you kind of in an imbalance because you're followed by the Temperance over here in reversed. So let's look at that Two of Wands in the reverse position. Yeah, totally indecision, not knowing, kind of like overthinking this whole thing. Feeling like maybe you might have missed out somewhere on it. I'm gonna guess maybe a little bit of avoidance. So the lack of communication, really, to me, because we saw Page of Swords and then your Ace of Swords. So this, and you're trying to manifest. You just kind of like hanging back and going, I wish this person would contact me, or should I contact them? Maybe that may not be the case, but it could be. The Four of Pentacles is just that, you know, um, this could be talking about maybe your characteristic of, you know, this is not such a bad thing. A lot of people call the Four of Pentacles as this hoarding type card, but also it represents, you see the city back behind them there, and it's kind of moving away out of this materialistic and grounding yourself financially, you know. But it does kind of have that, clinging on to feeling, and that's kind of what I get. You're just in this um, indecisive kind of a state of mind. So let's look at let's look also at the Hanged Man in reverse. And we've got delays, stagnant maybe, and I feel like still it's just this missed opportunity, maybe blocked perspective, and disconnection. So we really want to know, are we gonna come into a relationship here, or is this, how deep does this go? You've got temperance in the reverse position as well. We'll take a look at temperance in the reverse position here. So imbalance, extremes, discord, recklessness, lack of moderation, overindulgence, resistance, chaos. Okay. Tell me this is not you, you know, that you're so in your head about it that you're, maybe this is a situation that's been taking a while and things might be turning around for you, but you're just still kind of in that lonely, kind of got a sad little energy there for a minute. Yeah, because you're in love, right? You want to know. You're trying to put a, whether or not I put an end to this. Yes. See, with death in reverse, it's like it's being held off as to whether or not you move forward. You know, my throat just kind of started to get a little scratchy and itchy, and I've got a feeling that that's got a lot to do with this. This is a communication thing. Um, the Three of Pentacles shows that, you know, you want to come together and share ideas, and maybe you're a little nervous about that. Um, the the Chariot is the sign of Cancer. Maybe we're dealing with a Cancer here sign. Um, maybe I'd like to attribute that to maybe that there may be just a little bit of emotional kind of avoidance scenario. Maybe you're not that great of a talker and you're wondering if you make a move. Yeah, maybe it's got you a little upside down. You can't seem to stop thinking about it. The Eight of Pentacles in the reverse position. Let's see. Let's look at that. Oop, that's the Eight of Swords. We want the Eight of Pentacles. Where's that at? About that one. Perfectionism, frustration, burnout, stagnant, disinterest, low quality, neglect, inconsistency. Excuse me. Okay, so there's a hit and miss with this relationship. If that's what you're, if that's what this is geared towards, a hit and miss. Okay. Let me do. Let's get this fourth turn over here and see if it tells a better one. Okay. So you've got some wins under your belt. These budding staffs over here. You know. Okay. Followed up by the High Priestess as well. Yeah. And you're looking out though, and you're really in your head about it with the High Priestess here. And then the Queen of Wands, it's got you maybe second guessing yourself. Is it me? Hmm. I, you know what I'm thinking here. The Ace of Wands, you know, your love life is just lacking, and that's okay. You're kind of holding off with this Tower. Hmm. Okay, here's what I'm going to say about this. I'm going to say that, look, your very first card's coming out said you're breaking away, you're healing, you're, you know, kind of looking within. Um, you know, your finances, your, it looks like you've got some great opportunity coming in here, you know, justice and this relational, and I feel like it's like right there on the edge of it, and it may be in the reason why you are in this mode in your head that you're feeling it too, and you're starting to second guess yourself maybe, but remind yourself that you're in the High Priestess position here, because I feel like this is, even though we saw this kind of a masculine energy show up, but that will cause you to be in a masculine energy, if you understand what I mean. This is all energy, whether it's masculine or feminine, it doesn't matter. And when you go into second guessing yourself, that is more of a masculine, um, you know, chaser kind of frame of mind. And I don't mean to, you know, put any negative spin on that. but everything is looking good. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better set of cards over here on this far left side, and that is the manifesting side. So what I got to say is maybe um, hang in there. It's right around the corner. And like I said, I feel in my meditation this morning, I felt like there's something manifesting, something is building, and I felt like it was good, not bad. And I would tell you so. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to sugarcoat things, but I feel like maybe there might be a little bit of lack of you communicating. You know, we on the internet there's just so much stuff about twin flame and about relationship wise, you know, the runner, the chaser, the look. Back in the day, and I don't mean to sound, you know, like I'm putting any kind of evolution of our relationships. We used to just say, "Hey, I like you," you know, and maybe some of that still is in you. I kind of feel like you're afraid that if you did say that, that maybe this might you're in your head about it. You're in your logical mind. And that's kind of that masculine energy that I was trying to say, which is there's nothing wrong with that because that logical mind keeps us sometimes in that fright or flight. It helps direct us in ways, but we don't want to stay in fright or flight. We want to move out of that and get clear. And all your cards were showing that, that right out the gate, the devil in reverse is showing that you've let go of some things. And, with the Eight of Swords in reverse, you're, healing and gaining some introspection. So those are all great cards. And in that fourth or the third side over there, it just showed some action is coming in definitely and followed and ended with the, Three of Cups. So there is a union going to take place, most definitely coming. And I mean quick. And I feel that. So try not to overthink it. Relax and be yourself. Calm down and ask yourself, and whether this is for the masculine or the feminine, am I acting for this person? Am I wearing a mask for this person? Um, or am I truly being myself? Because you don't want to go into any relationship, and that's kind of where I feel like there's this little tightrope here. You know, it's you're on one of the bars at the trapeze, and you're letting go to reach for that other one. You're not quite sure if you're going to be able to grab it. So don't play that game. Be yourself. And as far as being avoidant in your speech, don't be. Speak your truth. Say I like you if that's what you're looking for. So anyway, I hope you liked the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you would like to subscribe, that'd be great. Um, Share the video if you want. Anyway, I love you guys and I appreciate you being here. Hope to see you on the next one.